A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke chapter 18 verses 9 to 14. Passage taken from the Message version of the Bible. He told his next story to some who were complacently pleased with themselves over their moral performance and looked down their noses at the common people. Two men went up to the temple to pray, one a Pharisee, the other a taxman. The Pharisee paused and prayed like this: "O God, I thank you that I am not like the other people, robbers, crooks, adulterers, or, heaven forbid, like this taxman. I fast twice a week and tithe on all my income." Meanwhile, the taxman, slumped in the shadows, his face in his hands, not daring to look up, said, "God, give mercy, forgive me, a sinner." Jesus commended, "This taxman, not the other, went home made right with God. If you walk around with your nose in the air, you are going to end up flat on your face. But if you are content to be simply yourself, you will become more than yourself." The Gospel of the Lord. Reflections on the Gospel according to Luke chapter 18 verses 9 to 14. Pharisaism is not about a particular people or a particular religious tradition. It's the human condition that infects all people and all religious traditions. It is as real today as it was in the days of Jesus. It deceives us into trusting in ourselves, seeing ourselves as righteous while looking at others with contempt. When I play the Pharisee, the only right way is always my way, or the way of my country, the way of my religion, the way of my church. Pharisaism is the mother of profiling, be it on the basis of race, gender, or religion. Profiling happens when I look at the appearance, accent, lifestyle and life choices, faith, beliefs, and practices of another human being and make conclusions and judgments about his or her value, dignity, motives and desires, intelligence and abilities, holiness and goodness. Those conclusions and judgments are always in my favor and against the other. This is what the Pharisee is doing to the tax collector in today's gospel. "God, I thank you that I am not like the other people, thieves, rogues, adulterers, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week. I give a tenth of all my income. Thank you that I am not like them." The truth is, we all have some thems in our lives. Even as I make these statements about the Pharisee in today's gospel, I recognize that I am doing to the Pharisee what he is doing to that tax collector. I can see myself in the Pharisee and the Pharisee in me. What about you? Have you ever profiled another? Pharisaic profiling separates us from the other. We stand by ourselves. We raise ourselves up and put the other down. We make ourselves more and the other less. At some level, even if we deny it, we know that's what we are doing. For many Catholics, Lent and Holy Week are the time for the obligatory annual confession. Confessionals in parishes often have long queues, especially during the Holy Week. We are eager to fulfill this obligation of making confession at least once a year. And once done, we are happy. The loss of sense of sin makes in us a feeling of self-righteousness, and that leads to Pharisaic attitude. The gospel calls us to nurture the virtues of humility and empathy towards those around us.